The ZRX 1200 and 1100 clutch replacement. So the way you approach it is, first of all, you've got to drain the oil. As you can see, there is an oil pan just here underneath, so I've drained the oil. To unbolt the drain plug, you're going to need this 17mm spanner. Once the oil is drained, you're going to have to remove all those little bolts here to get the cover off, and obviously you do it in a cross pattern. So let's just start from here. Okay, then you go here. Then let's go for here. So all bolts are loose. Now to get the cover off, you've got those prying points. You've got one here and the other one on this side here, and basically you grab it here and basically take the cover off. There will be some little oil spillage, but don't worry about that, it's just perfectly normal. Okay, so the next step will be removing the clutch springs, and to do that you're going to need this Allen key. So for the initial brake you're going to use the breaker bar, and then you can just go with the normal Allen key. Okay, cool. All clutch springs are off. So the next step will be to remove the pressure plate. And that's pretty simple, it just comes off. Just take it away. So that is your pressure plate taken off. So let's put it aside. Just be aware of the fact that this here is loose, so it might come off. Just don't lose that. Okay, now it's time to remove all the friction plates and metal plates and check them for wear. Taking the friction and metal plates off, an important tip is when you take them off, try to keep them in the same order as they come off, because it's going to be basically easier to put it back on. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to keep it stacked here. So then I know that I'm not going to mess it up. You can also check your old friction plates and steel plates for warpage and for thickness. So for the friction plates for this particular motorcycle, the service limit according to the shop manual is 2.8 millimeters. So if they're thinner than that, they're basically garbage, and I'm pretty sure those would be garbage. The only problem is my caliper died, so I bloody can't check it now, but they are toast, because you've seen the video, so you know they are toast. For those that sit a bit deeper, you can use a pick, so there's always a way of getting it out, no problem with that. Yeah, comes out, excellent. Okay. Okay, so here we have both sets of clutch plates. This is obviously the original clutch that I took off. This is all burnt, and this is my new clutch plates. Those are EBC heavy-duty clutch plates. The whole kit came with the gasket and also the springs, and I can actually tell just by looking at it with bare eye that this is actually a bit thinner, not a lot, and it's going to be difficult to show on the camera. It's not a big difference, but obviously it will make a difference in terms of the way the motorcycle behaves. So yeah, let's put the new ones in. The new plates should be soaked in oil for at least 12 hours. So I kept them in the pan at home for about 12 hours in fresh oil. So now there is no risk of burning them by putting them on straight away. So let's reinstall it now. Okay. And as you can see, the actual metal plates are in pretty good condition. You could check it for the warpage by putting them on a piece of glass and basically seeing if they are a bit crooked. And if that was the case, you would have problems with finding neutral, and the gearbox would basically work a bit sloppy. But this motorcycle had a perfect working order in terms of finding neutral, and basically gears were flicking through just super smoothly. It was just the fact that it was slipping. So basically metal plates are definitely fine here. Another one. And then another one. And another one. Just make sure they all adhere nicely. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're getting closer to getting the core of the job done. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. And now we're almost there. I think it's just 2 more plates. Okay guys, so we're almost done. Here's a very important thing. So if you have a look at those plates, you see friction plates have their teeth over here in those little grooves for them. But those here are empty, okay? So this one, this one, this one, this one are empty. But the last actual friction plate doesn't go like the others go, which is this. Right? If you do it like that, it's not going to work, because the last plate goes in like that. Okay? So it doesn't go with the others here, it's go with that one here. And once we have this done, you're putting your pressure plate on. There we go. Okay, and now we can start installing our springs. Okay, so here we have the old springs over here, and those are the new ones. You can tell straight away, but just looking at them, that the new spring on the right is actually a tad taller, a tad higher. So basically this is why I've got to replace them, because they were out too. According to service manual for this particular motorcycle, the limit of service life for the springs is 32.1 millimeters. So if it's close to 32.1 or less than that, it's garbage, you've got to replace it. And ideally it should be about 33 millimeters. And actually when you look at those two springs, you can tell that the one on the right, the new one, is actually about 1 millimeter higher. So yeah, this is garbage, needs to be replaced. Okay, 11, 11, 11, 11, and 11. Okay, so pretty much final step of the job. Just make sure this area here where the gasket will make contact with it, it's clean and dry. If you have any problems with removing the remains of the old gasket, you can use one of these blades just to gently get them away, and then basically put some tiny little amount of gasket sealant on your cover. In this particular case I used blue RTV. I used blue RTV gasket marker. You can get it for about £3 on eBay. Some people prefer to put it on the actual engine side of it, but I don't think this is really making any difference. Okay, so all bolts are now nice and snug, and according to service manual they should be bolted down to exactly 9.8 Newton meters. So I'm gonna set it to 10 Newton meters, and let's go with that. That's 10, and obviously we're going in cross pattern. That's 10. 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 Okay, and we've got one more here. So for that one we're going to have to change the bit. It's 10. 10. Okay, so the last stage of the job will be putting the new engine oil, and that is done. That's replacing the clutch in Kawasaki ZRX 1200.